I have two stories that are going to raise eyebrows, and we're no doubt going to hear about it from the opposition in the imminent future. And we're going to get more and more talk of conflicts of interest, bad behavior. But before that, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of the most stable, one of the most solid cryptos in the ecosystem, in the cryptosphere. And that's Chainlink. Look at how Chainlink performed during the very recent crypto inauguration dip. If you just look, they basically just stayed up in the green, dipped a little bit and went back up again. So Chainlink is one of the first, if not the first, if not the only one actually, that has made it back to its original position prior to the inauguration. If you compare what happened with Bitcoin, let's go to the one-day chart again. You can see that during the dip, that's the inauguration dip right here, it kind of like, did the same sort of thing. It came up from quite high up and then just immediately went back and just gonna stay back up. So shout out to Chainlink, very solid. Anyway, let's move on to the stories that I think are going to raise some interesting eyebrows. The first one, Elon Musk assured Silk Road founder will receive Trump's presidential pardon. Now, we know that this is going to be a controversial administration. And like I said in my previous videos, I think that Trump is a lot less shackled this administration, this term, that he's going to do some things that he's just going to do, right? He's not going to care what you think, what anybody thinks. And as such, he's going to draw a lot of lawsuits from the opposition, and I think this is going to be one of them. And Musk made the statement on X in response to a user advocating for Ulbricht's release. He replied, "Ross will be freed too," highlighting Trump's commitment to pardon Ulbricht. Okay, so he is one who received a life sentence in 2015 for his role in running Silk Road, a Bitcoin-based payment system, and he's served over a decade in prison so far. In fact, a lot of people have forgotten about him. It's like they locked him up and threw away the keys, in essence, because I don't think about it. Hardly anybody thinks about him or talks about him. You never hear about him on social media or anybody discussing him. We talk about Satoshi, we talk about Elon Musk, we talk about, all other things. We talk about Do Kwon, even though he went MIA for a while as well. SBF we talk about, the ex-CEO of Binance, who went to prison and is now out. But everyone's forgotten about Ross, right? He was convicted of enabling illegal activity through the platform. So he wasn't himself convicted of the actual illegal activity. His crime was providing the platform for said illegal activity to occur. And there are a lot of people who are serving sentences at the moment for this kind of similar thing, right? It's similar to what happened to the CEO of Telegram when he was persecuted and chased around in France because he has this crypto-enabled platform with the end-to-end encrypted messaging service, highly encrypted, anonymized crypto platform that prevented the powers that be from spying, into people's communications. And obviously, they try to get him on other things like tax evasion and all that sort of stuff. But his crime evidently being that he enables a platform where people can secretly do things that might be, not so legal. Over the years, he has pursued self-improvement by engaging in educational programs and advocating for his release. In the May 27 post, he thanked Trump for promising clemency and reflected on the emotional impact of the news. He acknowledged his supporters' unwavering efforts and hoped for a second chance. I'm going to pop all of these articles in the description section as usual if you want to have a look for yourself, and you can also click on all these things to read more about the story and research more around the area. The second one, which is actually the more important one, is the fact that the fund associated with Donald Trump, World Liberty Financial, they bought the dip. So while a lot of people were panicking, panic selling, being liquidated before the inauguration, when I don't know if it was the Melania Trump meme coin that basically crashed the market, this fund took the opportunity to buy the dip, right? The platform acquired $100 million in digital tokens within hours of Trump's inauguration. This marked a high-profile start in the 47th US president's tenure, with the announcement sparking widespread attention in the crypto community. Trump Jr. announced the token purchases on X on Monday. The acquisitions notably excluded Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency by market cap. It's actually quite interesting because not only did it exclude Bitcoin, it also excluded XRP. So, no XRP was bought, perhaps because XRP didn't dip enough, who knows? Or maybe the fund already has enough XRP and they felt like they needed to load up on other tokens too. But it's quite interesting. If you look at the allocations, they allocated 10 times as much to Ethereum and wrapped BTC than they did to the rest, which were Aave, Link, TRX, and Ethena, right? But if you think about it, they did buy wrapped BTC, which is kind of Bitcoin, right? So wrapped BTC is one-to-one with Bitcoin as far as I can tell. So they did buy Bitcoin effectively, indirectly. You could unwrap that, sell it, and buy Bitcoin of the same value, right? I mean, this is wrapped Bitcoin in the blue, and this is Bitcoin in the red. You can see they're exactly the same. Obviously, because of transaction fees or what have you, the price might change very, very slightly for a short period of time, but effectively it's just Bitcoin and it's wrapped so that it can be running on Ethereum or something like that. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it is from memory. Anyhow, they haven't bought any XRP though. So XRP fans, what do you think of that? I personally think the Trump fund already has enough XRP. XRP didn't dip enough, so it didn't look as interesting. Who knows why? But the whole point is these other tokens that they've bought and the blatant buying of tokens by Trump affiliated projects, his memes and stuff, it's kind of a kick in the face to the SEC because this is going to draw a lot of lawsuits, conflict of interest. And what they like to talk about is campaign donations. So when all these Ripple, XRP and Doge projects starts to happen, you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going to see lawsuits come out of the woodworks. We're going to see FUD released into the media or news propaganda released into the media about how Ripple is a corrupt organization and how they're in cahoots with the Trump administration to do this, to do that. So that's all going to be expected in the future. But I found it quite interesting though that, while a lot of people are being emotional and selling, this fund knows what's up and they were buying. Not financial advice, your own research, but I just thought that was funny. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.